Hello, my name is Tinu Thomas, and today I'll be talking about this virtual driving exams. So, what is the purpose of a virtual driving exam? Well, the problem stems from the COVID-19 pandemic, where states like Georgia were found to be giving out licenses without testing their learners. In this day and age, we should be able to use technology to its advantage for problems like these. With how far it's taken us, I think we could try automating these systems and streamlining exams because it makes it easier for events like these in the future. So I think the first question would be, what exactly will we need this after the pandemic? Well, it keeps things from getting out of hand. Basically, there's less risk involved because these things can be done in environments with no physical harm. If there are any mistakes, everything can be monitored and handled much more easily because it's not actually happening, and things can be reverted simply, depending on the system, of course. But in theory, it should be reverted, and it helps with visualization really well because these virtual environments can be anything the instructor wants, and anything can be manipulated or designed the way developer feels fit. So it gives a more in-depth and clear understanding to the topic at hand. It's just really, it's more tangible in a way. So why would this make this better than the road test? Consistency is key here because the driving mechanics will be the same regardless of the person that's driving, because it's going to be the same test every single time, and the same program, I mean. And yeah, of course, the courses will be the same every single time with the same conditions. So like, even if it's raining outside, snowing, that won't really matter because it'll be the same regardless. And also, it actually helps with your alertness. It requires more retention when you're driving in VR, and also puts a higher load on your brain when you're in this more challenging virtual test. It's pretty interesting. So this is my analysis of the usability and likability of virtual reality for games for education. The case of VR Engage. This research was about implementing VR into education. And so, what was the purpose of the study? Well, their hypothesis was that if games are to be introduced in classrooms, they must be usable and likable by most students. Otherwise, there is no point in employing gaming aspects into education. They were also trying to see if a program, VR Engage, would be more beneficial for students to learn. I mean, compared to like a more basic educational purpose or application. They also want to see if students would prefer this educational game over a commercial game, like any other normal computer game. So how do they conduct this research exactly? So they had students play 2 hours of VR Engage without any help or input from teachers or their peers. So they were all separate and playing the game by themselves. On a different day, because they did not want the students to be playing the game the day before. But yeah, they chose a whole different day, and they had them play the basic educational program for 2 hours, same way, no input from teachers or the peers. So then the researchers would categorize this data, and they would have it set as experts, intermediates, or novices using the data collected from the programs, because the program can do that. And on a third day, the students were given the choice to either study using VR Engage or a basic program. For the weekend, students were given a copy of VR Engage and a commercial computer game to see which one they enjoyed more. So what were the findings of the study? The educational VR game was a lot more intriguing to all students. Most students picked the VR game over the basic one for studying. but a handful did feel that the VR game was a little too confusing and distracting. Most students did find the commercial game more interesting and motivating than the VR game. So, are these results reliable? Well, it really wasn't really touched upon in the research. The sample size was not very big. It was just one classroom. But a lot of stuff was expected. They expected the students would like the VR game more than the program, and they also expected that the entertainment based game would be more fun than the educational one, which was also true. So, what does this to do with VR driving and the exam that I proposed earlier? Well, the usability of a VR driving exam would be that VR driving exams are credited as more usable to those who are cognitively impaired, because it gives them a chance to drive, like it says in the next one. It gives people an opportunity to drive without any license, of getting a license without any risk, because it's safer, and they have the risk of doing anything wrong. And yeah, it could be totally like, it could be just like real life. I mean, theoretically, of course, but yeah, it'll be completely identical with a controlled environment. So you can change everything you want and manipulate how you want. And the likability of a VR driving exam. Well, a driving simulator can collect raw data straight from the program, so it makes the exam process a lot easier. So testers may find it more interesting to do the exam like this, because it's faster, it's quicker, it's more efficient, and it gets everything done pretty easily. But there is one problem with this, is that some people may not like the physics. That was a problem brought up in a different research, where he found that some people did not like driving simulators because of the physics. And for the conclusion, I think a virtual reality driving exam could help automate and streamline an exam that requires a lot of resources, such as the driving exam. It could also be a lot cheaper and help with a lot of other things. And it could also help if it's like, if someone is not comfortable driving, or they have no chance to drive other than that one time, they can always try driving here first, and it'll just be a better and safer experience for them and everyone else. And yeah, it's a totally controlled environment. There's nothing really that can do any harm. It's overall really safe, streamlined, consistent, just overall a lot better than the physical driving exam. Also a little bit more fun. But yeah, that's my take on having a VR or driving exam be something we could look forward to in the future. Thank you.